am not my hair. I am not this. I don't know. I am not your expectation. No, I know I have a bad voice. Anyway, guys, what's up? What's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I said in the previous video that I wasn't sure if this one was gonna be a sit down or not, but we have to be smart in this YouTube streets. If you can record on the same day, do that. Just go and change the top. Your makeup is still the same makeup. Your earrings, you can switch it up just to bring up a little bit of rouge in it. Please go follow African Closets on Instagram. Go follow Akura Closet Trade for more on my fashion and also my business side with regards to the earrings and also clothes and new designs. So I wanted to do this video on natural hair just as a reaction to what happened a few weeks ago with regards to Clicks putting out this ad. Oh guys, you don't want to know how heated up I was that day. Like, it's crazy. I was so heated and I'm like, my nice, I even made a whole collage of pictures that you can see and posted. I'm like, my nice versatile hair that can do anything whenever I want. You call it dull, damaged, frizzy, I don't know what was the other one they used, but what stuck to my head was damaged and frizzy. Yes, it was a Tresemme, what do you call it, a Tresemme ad, but they went ahead and put it out. And being someone who's used Tresemme before for natural hair is a no-no, and I'm going to say it proudly. Please don't use like certain those types of, unless they have a natural hair range, which I'm not sure of. They're made for the white people, hair, and I'm saying this from a very not so educated point of view. If I'm wrong, I will take it back, but I know from experience, yeah, that my hair did not go so well with that. It was so brittle, it would break. Yes, the volume sometimes would be there, sometimes it wasn't there, and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is, you need to be careful with the products that you buy. Like, even the adverts that they put out to tell you that, oh, if you use Tresemme, your hair will look like this. First of all, the hair that they used wasn't the right type of hair to use. That hair looked frizzy. It was a hair that actually looked frizzy and dull and damaged. And I was just like, how is this better than my own hair? Yeah, like I was left wondering, but that's a lot of talk from me in the anger that's coming out, and this brings me to a very, very important topic. I was shocked that this came from my baby cousin. Like, I don't know, she's become so intelligent and so wise in the streets that I'm actually left wondering if I need to like change my ways of thoughts, because someone as young as her, like, well, it's good that she's that wise, but I didn't expect it to come from her, like, to me. But there's been several occasions where she's actually thrown some wisdom my way, so I need to start respecting the type of mind that she has, and I appreciate it for someone who's just 21. She's really, really wise. Yeah, and please make sure that you're ready or willing to learn from those who are young, because these youngsters, actually the ones who brought up these days, they kind of are very smart and they put a lot of thought into what they say. So this is the message that my baby cousin sent me, okay, after that Clicks advert, and I'm just going to read the way it reads. This was a response to a tweet someone put out in response to what Click said, and the main message of the story was, us black people, we are so quick to react when there's racism issues being raised, right? And yes, we are so quick to react, but it's understandable why we're reacting to it. But the other point I had to say was, they use it as a marketing tool, because imagine if they're trending, yeah, that day they're really, really trending, you're bringing more publicity to them, which is true, which is very, very correct. And then he continues to, so my question was, are we just going to sit back and take the insults, right? And this is what my baby cousin said. I think it means, as long as you know what you aren't, as long as you know that you are not what they say, e.g., you know our hair isn't dull or damaged, true, we should ignore it. Ignoring an insult doesn't mean I'm taking it. That's according to her. Basically, it means I know my worth and an insult is meaningless. And I was like, wow, you are so wise. Like, I didn't, at that particular time, obviously anger just blocks you. You don't think of what you just react to it because you're angry, right? And whichever reaction you give to it, it could be positive, it could be a negative reaction. But that day, most of the reactions that I saw on Twitter were people just appreciating who they are. And the best one was this: they used it as a marketing tool, just to market the small business nyana, the ones who are coming up, the ones who are dealing with natural hair, because we need to know what works for our hair. You need to know you need to know what works for this beautiful, nice crown that you have. All right. And then she continues to say, honestly, I've never been insulted by racial comments. I know I'm smart human and not an ape like 100%. I'm educated, etc. They can eat shit for all I care. She says, disclaimer, I'm only referring to insults. Racial injustice and discrimination should be addressed. And I was like, this is beautiful. And she says this finally: if everyone who is angry decides to tell the brand, write whatever you want, we are beautiful and proudly black, instead of angry comments, this brand will eventually see that we don't care what they think about us. We are thriving, happy, and continuing to be successful. And I was like, wow, I am so proud of this. Like, at that moment, all that anger that I had towards that so-called post, towards that so-called Twitter, just came down. It was beautiful. And what's funny is, after that calming down, someone else sent me a message which reads like this. And this is like this until up to date. I've never understood why us wearing wigs seems as if we don't like or love our hair. It doesn't mean that. I love my hair, but I'm a wig girl. You can watch this video to see that I literally talk about the different wigs that I have, because it's such an easy way to survive. It's an easy way to get from point A to point B. What if I wake up today and I don't feel like washing my hair? I don't feel like wearing it like this. I feel like, let me just put on my matutas, let me put on my lines down underneath, put on a nice wig, and I look presentable. It's just an easy way for us to survive, okay? So that we despise our hair. But this is how the comment read. I wouldn't blame them. A handful amount of our black ladies like the fine and a handful amount of our black ladies like the fine and flat one. As sorry as they may be, they got their point across. All right. It's like a man that gets drunk to speak their piece, they apologize tomorrow. Point went across, life goes on. And my reaction was, wow. I have no words. I really do not have words, because this is a clear example of telling someone when they're angry, calm down. You're not even helping, you're literally aggravating the problem, because you're saying a handful amount of black ladies like the fine and flat one. Like, we like the wigs, and that they got their point across by insulting our hair. I was just like, yo, this didn't make sense to me. And then there was an after that. So this is from a guy, and like several guys, I know you guys have this mentality that us ladies who wear wigs, we just don't like our hair. It's not like that. It has never been like, well, for me personally, and I know for a lot of ladies, wearing wigs, that does not mean that we hate our hair. We're just looking for simple ways to survive in the streets of taking care of our hair. This one, another wise reaction to this. It's also a response to that tweet that went out regarding that they're using our anger as a marketing tool. And this is what it says. Yes, she has a good yeah, she does have a good point, and this will keep happening because one thing is fake anger. So most of us will come to the IG streets, to the social media streets, to showcase anger that is not really there, which is true. Honestly speaking, we bracket some have reached a point whereby if they're not directly affected by it, then it's okay with it. We're okay with it. Let's use Starbucks for example. They have made so many racist comments, and us as people of color, we will still get angry posts. We'll put out angry posts to show our anger on social media. A clear example of the fake anger. And then guess what? We are the first ones to go buy food there and post it again on social media because they wrote your name on the cap, right? Or on the mug. I don't get that. Anyway, those of you who do it, that's your preference. Unfortunately, we feel by sharing our fake anger on social media that we have done our part and that's it. Social media is a start, not the end line. Very, very true. Unfortunately, this will continue to happen until we as a people realize that such companies are using your fake anger to their advantage. Because let us be honest, how many people saw the post of clicks and how many will continue to buy those products? So many. Because for instance, I was here crying and saying, so if now they take away Tresemme, how will I wash my wigs? Because Tresemme really works for the wigs. There's Pantene, I think that's the name of the brand. It's also quite good, but because I've only been exposed to using Tresemme, I feel like Tresemme is the one and I cannot use any other. Like I don't know, but let me continue reading. We are already divided. One thing for sure, if I take a decision and take a stand against all those companies and say I will not buy their products anymore until they're fixed, you know why? They won't care, and why that won't have much effect, because they know that there's someone of color right behind me whose social media is full of Black Lives, hashtag Black Lives Matter, who will still go and buy those products. The wisdom, I won't necessarily say the wisdom, but the insightfulness of that message literally took me back, and I was like, yes, I'm also one of them who's here crying, oh Tresemme did blah blah blah, Tresemme insulted my hair, Tresemme done. But I'm still here crying, how am I going to wash my wigs? How am I going to take care of those wigs if they're taken away? And that has just been some of the most outstanding reactions I've received from that one particular racist kind of campaign. But there's more, obviously, and people react different. I also react different, but I feel like I'm quick to anger when these things come to me, and I'm being told by my young sister that sometimes you need to take a step back and realize that if it's not true, it shouldn't affect you. Someone calling you a dog and you're not a dog shouldn't really affect you, which is very, very true. Okay, and just to finalize, I just want to say EFF is the one. But not like, I feel like as an opposition, I've not seen any, well, I only have experience in opposition in Kenya and South Africa, but EFF really puts in the work. They pushed for a point where those people had to take, like, obviously they had to take down the advert and so many apologies, but sometimes apologies is not really enough. They made these guys pay for tuition for girls, like fees. They made them take out, like Tresemme is being taken out of the shelves in almost the whole of South Africa. I think the shops that were stocking them, like Pick n Pay and Pick n Pay, Checkers, and all the rest. I can't quite remember, but yeah, that's literally what I read, and like from the Twitter post, and I appreciate that, because sometimes, yes, we need to hold people accountable, and holding them accountable is telling them, yes, you said sorry, thank you, still it's not a right for me to forgive you, okay, it will be a privilege for me to forgive, but it's your responsibility to say sorry. Then after that, you must tell them, now that you've said sorry, take a step further. Are you going to change? Of course, we can't say change now, but there's other ways to show that I'm going to change. If I wrong someone and I say I'm sorry, I'm not going to repeat that mistake. We don't know whether they're going to repeat it or not. But obviously, this is not the first time there's been like racial comments or racial marketing from these companies. So the best thing to do is you need to pay for your mistake. Give people scholarships, take away this brand from this country because they're the ones who brought this racial advert and all that stuff. Just make people pay for their mistakes. I feel like that's the best way to deal with things at the moment, especially things to do with racism and just approaching the other race with so much demeanor and so much disrespect and not seeing them as valued and all that stuff. So that is just what literally I needed to speak about this. And the reason why I needed to speak about this, of course I've mentioned this throughout the video, is because of this fake anger that we show. I would personally say that it's fake anger. For me, it's normally real. It's seriously real. But if that anger does not, if something that is being said to me does not really affect me, I shouldn't really be quick to get angry. I'll just tell you, it's like, yeah, that's your opinion, life continues. You feel my hair is freckled, you feel my hair is dull, and you feel my hair is damaged, that's your own damn opinion. I know my hair is very healthy, and I know that I take care of it, and I wash it every 2 weeks if I can, and yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have learned something, and just check your anger. Yes, there's racial issues, we can always check our anger with regards to it. I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Maybe it will be a standing one, maybe it will be a sitting one, I do not know, but we shall find out. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye. Mwah, babies.